Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called How Much Worse Will Things Get? Part 1. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's episode on all your social media to help get the word out. Now, let's get started. Every day, people watch the news and they can't believe what they're seeing. It's mind-blowing. It's a level of science fiction-like behavior out there that they can't believe is actually happening in the real world. This news is literally getting worse every hour of every day. So people ask themselves, how much worse can it get? They ask us that all the time. Well, we did the research and talked to insiders, and what we found was astounding. Some of what you're about to be told about their plans for the future was so stunning that we were amazed and disturbed and sometimes even shocked by what these morons were up to. Some of this is planned, some of it are things they are working on, some of it is just informed speculation, some of it is something they will probably push back on until after the election. Some of these things may never come to be. Hopefully none of these things will ever happen, but you just never know with the morons in office. Despite all of the effort and money and time that's being spent on making some of these plans come to life, you really have to wonder about the sanity of the people implementing or trying to implement these crazy ideas. So here are some of their contemplated crazy ideas and concepts and projects, and strap yourself in and get ready because you're not going to believe this nonsense. Number 1. Even though everyone and his grandmother is pushing you to purchase an electric vehicle these days, the current power grid and the charging technology out there can't even support the limited number of EVs out there now. So, guess what? They're not planning on expanding or increasing the power grid or the number of EV charging stations. No plans whatsoever. If you pull up to charging stations these days, you will find out very quickly when you see a dozen cars in lines ahead of you. Here's the stunner. They don't have any plans to increase the capability or the power grid or the number of charging stations or the charging infrastructure at all, anywhere. No plans at all. So the more of these EVs that are sold, the longer the wait time there will be at each of the existing power stations. Number 2, as crime continues to skyrocket around the country, there are now renewed efforts to defund and hamstring law enforcement. At the same time that's happening in many cities, they are also telling people who call 911 for help to file a complaint on their police website, and they'll get to it when they can. Can you imagine somebody's kicking in your side door or the back door of your house when your wife and children are there and trying to call 911, and 911 just tells them to file a complaint on the police website? Number 3, some of the fast food you eat isn't really fast food anymore. It's wood chip filler. They're grinding wood chips or wood pulp into powder that they then pump into your fast food to make it larger and more fuller appearing. Think about that the next time you see a tree. Some cities and states are now contemplating only enforcing the laws of their city against certain races. If you're one race and you call 911 for help, then the police may come. But if you're another race and you call 911, then the police will take their time, or they may charge you an extra amount of money to respond to your 911 call for help. Number 5, here's another idea that the mentally ill maniacs running some cities are actually considering. They're thinking about redefining what a crime is according to their new definitions. The idea is to lower their crime stats by redefining them in a new and far more ambiguous way. So if someone tries to kill you with a stick or a 2x4, then that may be something that is no longer considered an attempted murder. But if they shoot at you with a gun, then they may, under some circumstances, consider that an attempted murder. Also, if someone does shoot you and you fall down and hit your head on the pavement, and the coroner concludes that it wasn't the gunshot that killed you, but rather your head hitting the pavement, then guess what? They may not categorize that as a murder, but it may be categorized as an accident so that they can lower their crime statistics, the statistics that they report publicly. These are mentally ill discussions and thoughts that some municipal musicians are engaging in. They want to redefine problems so that they can pretend to make them go away. Number 6, some of these lunatics are so worried about pollution and the need to reduce the number of vehicles on the roads that they're now considering creating laws that would force drivers with room to spare in their vehicles to pick up hitchhikers when they see them on the road in order to reduce pollution. And if you don't pick up that hitchhiker you see on the road, then they want you to be fined very heavily. Number 7, some of these crazy cities think that publicly reporting crime statistics is now way too judgmental, and they're thinking about ending the practice of reporting crime stats because they don't want to offend all the criminals. How funny and insane is that? Why would anybody ever worry about insulting murderers and rapists by letting the public know what they're up to so that the public can better protect themselves more effectively? Number 8, some car companies are thinking of eliminating AM radios from their vehicles. Officially, they're claiming that eliminating AM radios from the cars interferes with the electric motors, and vice versa. The electric motors interfere with the AM radios of the vehicles. But nobody really believes that. Most people believe they're attempting to do this because they want to control and eliminate the free broadcasts that people get to listen to in their cars. So they'll force people to listen to music on some paid services, which they can in turn extract a larger profit from. So before we conclude this episode, we just want to remind you that many, if not most of these crazy ideas are just being considered. None of these above ideas have been enacted into law. We suspect that that's because most of the politicians contemplating these laws know they would be thrown out of office if they did. Good luck. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also comment and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post an episode of our show on your social media to help get the word out. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.